Welcome to episode 102 of The Closing Table with Lawyers Title. I'm your host, Tamera Gaede, and today's special guests are going to talk about work-life balance right after this.
Welcome to The Closing Table with host Tamera Gaede, where we break down how to be successful in real estate and what it's really like to work in the real estate business. This is The Closing Table with Lawyers Title.
So I'm excited about today's episode. Welcome back. And again, I'm your host, Tamera Gaede. My special guests today are actually really good friends of mine. So I'm excited to have them on the mic today. I have Stacey Feltman. Returning podcast guest also. Oh, man, we're going to have to look and see what episode that was.
Absolutely.
She is the top producing team leader of the Stacey Feltman Real Estate Group. She's been in real estate for 13 years. She's a busy mom of 2 kids, Cole and Callie. And with her today is someone who hasn't been on the show. Am I calling you Jodi today or Jojo?
You can call me whatever you want.
Let's not. That's too wide. So my co-guest is Jodi Smith. She's been in real estate for 7 years. She's a member of Stacey's team. She's also a busy mom of 2 adult kids, Kelsey and Brody, but she's also a lovey to 2 cute twins, Violet and Austin. So welcome to the show today, Stacey and Jodi. I'm so excited to have you guys here.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to kind of talk about how we do women and life and how we're getting through all of this today. And I've done a few of these episodes lately. I find that they are really kind of connecting with the audience because I think, real estate's women, mostly women. Mm-hmm. Realtors are mostly women-driven business. And so I think what you are facing are probably things that my audience is also facing.
Absolutely.
So let's kind of dive in today, okay?
Sure. Perfect.
Okay, let's start with, so we know real estate is not 9 to 5.
Absolutely not. 24/7. Yes.
Yes.
365 like Hertz Donuts.
So I find that, especially when you're newer in the business, that you feel like you have to do everything right when it comes in at you, right? Mm-hmm. So if a phone call comes in at 10 o'clock at night, you're taking it, right? Mm-hmm. You just feel like you're going to lose an opportunity if you don't grab it right when it comes in the door. So do you guys find now that you are experienced realtors, you can set boundaries and not feel that way? Do you feel that could be a problem for you? Do you feel like that you're losing business, or do you have boundaries set so that you can keep going down the road without feeling that way?
So in the beginning, I think no agent has boundaries. And then we learn how to create our boundaries. And we do lose clients, and that's okay because we give up so much of our family time, our friend time, our spiritual time, and you just have to bring it back in at a certain point to be successful.
Interesting. Okay, what about you, Jodi? Do you have a different kind of take on that question?
I do a little bit because, as you know, you questioned me at the first what to call me. Everybody calls me Sweet Jojo.
Yeah,
so it's very difficult for me to be really direct. But over the years, I've learned to be softly to set the boundaries. Like let them know, if you call me after 9 o'clock, I'll call you first thing in the morning. I try to be very clear. I may have a lot of disagreement with that, because I know a lot of people are like, you can't tell your clients when you're leaving. But transparency is key to me and my clients because I think that builds the trust, and that's where you gain. That's where they'll refer you out. They're like, I like her honesty. Like she's just a straight shooter. She does her job. And if they expect me to work at 11, if it's an emergency, oh my God, of course.
Sure.
And I say that, preference that, to shoot me a text. I do say that, actually. Shoot me a text, and then I'll be the judge if it's
911.
Then absolutely.
Well, but also
always
you're
there for my
the
clients.
expert, so that's okay to say, I think.
Absolutely. And I think because in the beginning, Stacey can vouch for me. I was ran 24/7.
Yeah, same.
It was just, would not sleep a lot of times. It would be like, I'd be on Stacey's time clock where it's like, hey, are you up? Yeah, I am. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning and we're texting.
Well, but I think that's different because I think that's we can't sleep because we have stuff on our mind problem. Right. That's different than feeling like you're going to miss an opportunity.
Right. Absolutely.
And I always tell people, look, if I'm awake, I'll text you back. I'm probably not going to hop on the phone, but unless I absolutely have to, but I can text back. And look, I've gotten a contract from someone, a contractor referral at 11 o'clock at night. The next day they messaged me and said, we worked through some issues and I'm going to send you the contract. And so I was like, okay, I was sitting on my couch.
But our team works good because you're a night owl. I'm a morning person. So it's like we run 24/7 because that's what teams are all about, give and take.
Well-oiled machine. And the yin and the yang, we bounce off of each other.
Yeah, but this is an interesting market where a lot of people are feeling that I've got to do what comes in the door when it comes in the door because I got to keep my deals put together, right?
And that's kind of I don't know how to say this, but like there's a lot of things like open houses, let's say, for instance. There for a while with referrals and just add-on business, we didn't do a lot, or I did not do a lot of open houses.
Yeah.
Now I catch myself, I am in an open house every weekend. I am working either if the open house is slow, I'm working with past clients, sending out referral notes, or little notes. Remember me, I'm constantly working.
I love that. There's a lot of discussion always about whether or not an open house is a viable lead source. And, it depends on who you talk to as to whether or not it is. I've always thought it was. It may not be at that particular house that particular afternoon. But overall, don't you find that open houses are still, are a great and viable?
Well, it's a great way to get a lot of busy work done. Like we're going to talk about family today. So when I'm at home, I like to be with my family. Be present, be with them. So this is a perfect opportunity to send out emails, to reach out to past clients. And sometimes it's nice to say, sorry, nobody came to the open house today, but I sure got a lot of work done. So it goes both ways.
Okay.
So it depends on how you look at it.
Stacey, do you do open houses yourself anymore?
I don't anymore.
I didn't think so.
No, but open houses bring in buyers and sellers. Yeah. To all my teammates that do
Any complications with the required buyer's rep?
No.
Rule now?
No.
Hasn't changed any lead sources?
So the only thing
lead
that
capture for you?
We can't have another agent from another brokerage now do our open houses. It has to stay all within our brokerage.
Okay, so you kind of tapped into this, that you guys are, you work cohesively together and run because you are on you're a team. Yeah. And so that kind of taps into building support systems, right? So when real estate's really crazy, we got to have our support system. I was trying to think who mine was. I have a team, and they definitely support system me. But do you find your families are also support systems, or do you guys end up leaning more on each other to keep moving down the road with your real estate business?
I think I lean more on the team and agents and my title company, you at Lawyers Title, to my lenders and stuff if I need that break or I need them to take over and have a tough conversation sometimes with our clients.
Well, you have real estate in your house now.
I do.
You come home to real estate.
I do.
So let's explain what I meant by that.
So my son, I pushed him off to college in bad mom moments. So I'm going to take accountability for that.
I don't think you need to do that. Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself.
He always wanted a part of my business. My husband always wanted a part of my business, and I pushed
Who doesn't want part of your business?
Who doesn't want to be a part of Stacey Feltman's business?
We're fine.
That's right. That's right.
So I pushed him off to college, and he finally said, Mom, this is not in my blood. I really want the real estate.
Yeah.
So he is more in the wholesaling. So I'm residential, and we are now commercial due to one deal, Jodi, and we're kind of doing.
Right. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And that's a referral from a residential.
Correct.
I did 2 of his, and now we're doing commercials.
Love it.
And so he went into the wholesaling and acquisitioning off properties. And then a second division will be him buying those wholesale properties and flipping them.
Okay, has he started doing that yet?
He has not. So
okay, let me know because sometimes I get opportunity.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, but that's not really, kind of getting back to the topic, that's not really a support system. You're a support system for him.
Right.
Not the other way around.
No,
not
but
yet anyway.
He does. He knows my business inside and out, and I do come home and talk to him about real estate. He's interested in it.
I love that. My nephew is, wants to wait till he gets out of college, but, we're going to talk about investing once he gets kind of out on his own too. But so it's really exciting.
It is.
Anyway, what about you? Support system, Mark?
Mark is my support system. I support animals. normal.
You've been married for how many years?
35 years.
Woo.
35 years. The best man ever I could ever.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. He's really amazing. He's retired now, so he helps me on days if I'm busy showing. I feel like the ladies from those reality TV shows that have chauffeurs and they
Driving
can
Miss Stacey.
driving Miss Stacey. He drives me around. That will cost me maybe a margarita and a Mexican lunch every now and again, but that's okay.
I have another client that has her husband drive around.
It's great.
To show
You can-
homes.
I mean, you can
You can
book,
work.
You can book.
Yeah.
You can move, reschedule appointments. You can answer emails. You can make phone calls. Without wrecking your car and being safe.
That's right.
That's everybody be safe out there. But he's definitely my support system. And then of course my kids are just always cheering, rah-rahing me on.
So you do have Marcus, your support, and of course Stacey.
Oh my gosh! I always say I feel like Stacey's like my little. I keep a little attorney in my pocket. I need a little snag. I can just call, and it's free. So I'm like, hey, and she's like, don't worry, we got this. This is easy.
Always.
This is not a problem. And I'm like, okay. So she is definitely my support.
We've never lost a deal to this point.
Not yet.
Oh, I love that.
We're not supposed to do that.
Well, okay, so talk about balancing it all.
Yes.
Like, how do you guys balance everything? I mean, I like the you're on at night, you're on in the morning. Mm-hmm. We won't talk about how early in the morning.
Please don't.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. I worry about her.
I worry about her too.
3 to 4 hours sleep is all I need.
3 to 4. And by the way, what time do you get up in the morning? Just for the record.
Sometimes 11 or 12 at night.
Yeah, for the morning. Yeah.
And she's in 3
Lots
pots
of coffee.
Yeah.
Lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee. Mm-hmm. Anyway, one of these days we're gonna figure out how to get you reset and on a normal sleep cycle. I think that's gonna require me stealing her, and it's not gonna include a cruise. Okay.
Right.
I think it's gonna have to be one of my spas in places. I'm gonna have to take her off to, and we're just gonna get her reset.
I don't think she could sit.
And we're gonna figure it out.
I mean, talking about that, so we know what's going on, and the famous quote of someone is, put down your phone for Sabbath, okay? We're realtors. We don't have that luxury to put down our phone for Sabbath. We don't have the luxury to put down our phone for family. We really don't. So there's just time blocking that I personally do of, this is my time for my daughter, my son, my parents. I mean, it's all time blocked.
So everything's an appointment on your calendar. Everything.
Girl, it's color coded.
Perfect. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My OCD is like,
oh no,
now.
It's from when financing is up, options up, closing, to my personal life. I just put in purple. That stands out on my calendar.
You got purple on your calendar too, Jojo?
I only have 2 colors on mine.
Okay.
I'm not as organized.
But
like I said, she's like, my teammate. So I'm like, I can always count on Stacey. She's like, how did you know we had this today? And I'm like, oh my God. Because she's like, if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening.
That's right.
So I'm getting better though. I am getting better.
Right.
At least I have 2
How
colors.
if you don't have it on your, how are you supposed to know where you're going?
She's got me.
I'm telling
You just call Stacey. What are we doing today?
I keep everything written down. I'm not like that tech savvy. I keep a paper calendar still,
Hey,
and
man,
it works.
look, I'm not bagging on the paper count. I couldn't roll with paper. I mean, I'm trying to eliminate as much paper as I can. And the only reason I still have this paper is because I couldn't read it on this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And without that giant font, and then I'm scrolling all the time. So there still is some use for paper every once in a while, but I'm diligently trying to get paperless.
And it's almost like a diary too, and it's kind of nice to look back at you go 2 or 3 months and you look back and you're like, oh, I need to send them a little note to see how, because when you get busy, you forget about little things like,
See, my thing is, if I
the
write
anniversary of buying homes or selling homes are on my calendar.
Right.
Yeah, that's important. I mean,
Absolutely.
I find, look, if I go to a conference and they get, you have a notepad and you're writing down notes, I get home, I never look at it again. If it's in here, then I'm doing something with it. But that's me, right? So that might not be, that's not how everyone operates.
Right.
So I'm just glad you have a calendar.
I do. I have a paper and a electronic on my phone.
All right. Well, we're going to put on your paper calendar how to get on the boat again here before
I'd like that.
walk out the door today. Okay. So this one's an interesting question. I like this question because we're all kind of in the place of life. Well, I didn't have children, but you guys have children and they've left the nest and may or may not have boomeranged back. Mm-hmm. So do we want to talk about, because I feel like the shift for a mom to become an empty nester may be a little bit more emotionally distressing than it would be for the dad. I don't know. What do I know? But you can contradict me.
One of my biggest identities for myself is being a mom. So them coming back, it's like a glorious moment.
I've called
for
you
me.
and you're like, I gotta go. Cole's in town.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just got off a cruise because it was my son's birthday and that's what he wanted, one-on-one time with mom.
I do love that so much.
My daughter's birthday is another cruise. So they want long weekends with just their mom. So that tells me I've done a good job.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I identify with being a great mom.
So, but Cole left for a
He did.
while.
He did.
And Callie's getting ready to go to do her journey at tech here pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tough one for me.
So how are you handling it? Like, what are you doing to like be able to be okay with it?
Spending more time with her,
Okay.
and it's spending more quality time with her.
You don't think that's going to make it harder? I mean, I get why you're doing it.
No, because I always feel like a FaceTime with my kids when they're away from me so I can really understand what is going on with their facial expressions. So
Yeah.
I don't like a text from my kids or just a phone call. I'm a FaceTime person when it comes to my family.
So when Cole left, did you do okay with it? For the audience, I mean, they're going to connect with this.
I
know
talk
the
to
answer.
him. I talk to him every day, every day. And it might have been twice a day, but he's a fraternity brother. He's going to college. He's away and everything, but he always spent time to make sure that I knew he was home safe every night.
And what about you, Jojo? Your kiddos are. Well, Brady's in school right now.
Brody.
Oh my gosh! Why did I do that?
Because Brady is Kelsey's husband.
I did that yesterday too. I'm
It's
sorry,
okay.
Brody. I'm very sorry.
It's
I know
okay.
your name.
It's okay. It's okay.
So
Mine's
Brody
a little
left and went to
different.
school. Yeah, yours is different.
Yeah.
You got grown.
Yeah, I've got grown. Kelsey, yeah, she's grown. And I was like Stacey, I spent time with her when she was in high school and even when she was in college and doing her thing. We would always do girls' trips, weekend trips, and she and I are still thick as thieves. She did boomerang, but, obviously she's 30 now. She's out.
She's done boomeranging.
She's done boomeranging. If she boomerangs now, there might be a problem because she's got the twins packing with her. So that might be a different story.
We got to put in some
Crowded
boundaries.
house.
Yeah.
But now with Brody, sorry, Kelsey, but he's my heart, and he is just the sweetest kid ever.
So Brody left and he went to school. He's down in Waco, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he came home for the summer. He's going back. I knew he was home for a while.
Yes, and actually after he graduated from high school, he took a gap year, which was fine. And then he went to Waco to do welding, and then he came home for the summer, worked some, saved up some more money, and then he went back, and then he'll graduate in May.
So did you ever have to have the conversation with the kids of like, hey man, we're kind of done with you coming home? Or did that naturally work itself out?
No. We sent Brody off to...
Oh, and I'm
He
not
was
talking so
home.
much about Brody because he's still in school.
Right.
I'm talking more to
No,
Kelsey.
because Kelsey she boomeranged one time.
Okay.
And I took her with open arms. I was like, oh my God, you always have a room here. I don't care how old you are. But now with the twins, that might be different. But of course, I'd probably take them first.
Yeah, and leave them all out in the
Okay,
streets.
lovey.
Right. Yes.
So did you have any difficulty with have you had any challenges with the transition?
I really haven't.
It can't have both been easy peasy for you
No.
both. I know that wasn't easy when Cole was.
No.
And I'm not trying to make you cry,
No,
but I'm just
I
trying
did.
to.
I mean, I cried the whole way home, and my daughter was sitting in the back seat just thinking about herself leaving in 2 years,
You and Callie all the way back from tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stacey had a real hard time adjusting after Cole left.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's
absolutely.
normal. I think that's absolutely normal.
Well, you're a mother, but they become your friends too. And I know you're not supposed to be friends with
think
your
they're-
kids, but I am
they're adults, more
I am
adults now.
friends with my kids. I am friends with my kids' friends. They come to me for advice and things that they can't talk to their parents about, and certain issues I have to divert back and say, you have to talk to your parent about that.
Yeah.
So, I was the neighborhood mom,
Yeah. Well, I've watched, so my niece, for example, she was up here this summer. She had an internship with Fidelity. She's Awesome.
That's amazing.
And so anyway, because she stayed with me quite a bit, and we had a really great summer together. I'm so grateful that she was here. But anyway, I know from her being at my house and for us hanging out so much that the transition for her, trying to get her parents to understand that she's not going to be coming home as much and that she's kind of doing her own thing more and more and more, I could tell was from talking to my brother and then talking to her that there was a little bit of struggle. And if my brother sees this, he's going to be horrified. But, I could tell that. And so don't clip this. He wasn't handling it in the best way.
We just
So I had to talk to him sometimes. I'm like, hey, man, this isn't reasonable what you're thinking about and what you're asking of her. And then I would talk to her and I was like, hey, so you got to take it easy on your parents, right? Mm-hmm, you got to help them understand that this is what's happening, right? So be gentle with them because they're having a hard time letting go. So there was this, a little bit of me talking to him, me talking to her, like trying to figure out how
Being the mediator.
Yeah, just keeping things kind of smooth while also knowing that Allison was going to do what Allison was going to do. And I didn't hate it because that meant she was with me and not going to Austin all summer. So.
But it's boys and girls are different of how they go off to college. The parents react of how Callie, I probably won't see her. She is the strong individual.
Social butterfly.
She'll plug in.
Like her mama.
Yeah.
So she's just going to go off and just fly with everything that happens.
And you're right. I think boys are different because I talked to my nephew Sunday night and oh my God, yeah, don't clip this either. And he was like, Aunt Tamera, I'm homesick. And I'm like, kid, you live in Austin. Your parents live in Austin. Like you go home all the time. He's like, I haven't been home for 3 weeks. I'm like, what? 3 weeks is nothing.
For boys, it is.
Apparently,
For boys, it is.
I didn't give him a hard time about it, but I was kind of thinking it.
Brody, it was like me and Mark were like, which is his dad, by the way.
Yeah. We were there with the 35 years of marriage.
Yeah. But we're like, you have got to stop coming home. That's why we sent you out there so that you could enjoy the college experience, get independent.
Yeah,
boys are different. And it's funny, I just took him out there, 2 weeks, okay? So first Friday, he is back home, and he says that he's going out with his guy friends, whatever. So I told him, you cannot come home this next weekend. You have got to stay at least 1 week. Well, guess what? He just happened to leave a grinding tool that he needed for welding. So he's like, a grinding tool that they have in the school tool shop.
Oh, okay, but he needed his.
So I had to drive to Hillsboro.
Yeah, Hillsboro, halfway. Yeah.
Halfway.
Well, that's not halfway. That's pretty dang close to it.
I know, right? And had to buy him a cheeseburger and pat his back a little
you
bit.
did.
Because he had to see Mama.
He had to see Mama. And I made him some little couple meals he could put in his refrigerator over the weekend. And then
you did.
This is with my stuff.
Wait. I think you're encouraging this. No. If you're making meals,
Well, he did say thank you. He did call me back and he goes, that's a lot because it was all packed up nice in the cooler. And he was like, I just want to call and tell you thank you for the food. And I said, well, if you need any more, just let me know.
Oh, see, you're encourring this behavior. You can't help it. See, now we're getting to the meat. Like at first, y'all were like, no, I'm cool. No, you're not.
I am.
I think that's why Jodi and I are best friends. We mother the same.
Yes.
Our boys are the same. Our girls are strong.
Very independent.
So that's how we became as close as we are.
Well, I think I already know the answer to the next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So you get into your routine, right? When Cole went to college, Kelsey left the house.
Yep.
Now Brody's left the house. You kind of get into a different routine, and then they come back. Mm-hmm. And the second question was, do you love it or hate it? I already know the answer.
Love it.
Love it. But what kind of adjustment? Do you have to make adjustments to what you're doing to accommodate that? Mm-hmm. Or any of the adjustments a problem?
I'm booking more things on my calendar.
Okay.
Of family time.
As opposed to business. Mm-hmm. Do you feel in this complicated real estate market that might be an issue? Or are you not worried about it?
So one of our things going back is I have a lot of guilt for when I started out in this business. And I know, Jodi, you have too. So we have guilt of putting our clients first We don't do that anymore. We put our family first. Do you agree?
I agree. And it's okay to fire someone or say, you know what, you're not the client for me. I mean, I'm so sorry. But
I mean, we used to lie to our clients and all, sorry, but we did. we would say, if we had a family function, would be like, we're with another client, but we'll get back to you. No, it's not all about business. It's business and our family. So we are open and honest now. And if they don't like it, I'm sorry, you're not the client for us, in all honesty. And that's how I create my boundaries.
Yeah. And that goes back to the question of working like with teammate teams and having that support system. Just to reiterate the guilt that I had when Kelsey had the twins. She was in Austin.
Yeah, I remember.
And I didn't have to. Could not wait to get there. And so when I was there with her, I was there for almost 2 weeks, and I was so torn because I felt like I needed to get back to my business. But my daughter needed me. So I had to make a decision. But thank God I had agents that were on our team, agents that are not on our team that would, what do you need? If you need something, I will go show that property for you. Or do you need me to, whatever, go to an inspection? I actually had who is a friend of ours, and she's in the business, and she just called to check in on me. And I was like, I'm stressing out. I've got a blue tape inspection. And she was, no, and it was out in Princeton. And she's like, no problem. What time is it?
Well, and you have good Ebby friends. You have friends in your office too
yeah.
that you could lean on to ask for help.
Absolutely.
I would assume. You know,
So-
Howard and Judy Wright and all of those people. You know,
Well,
you guys,
and then we have teammates that have gone on to different brokerages or gone solo and off of our team that we are still so super close
Yep.
with.
Oh, good. Okay, so you know, you can ask. I'm sure you have other avenues for support since you're in a big brokerage, you're in a big office, you know, things like that. And I see you guys packing up at events too, so I know who your friends are.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what about AI? Have we started adopting AI at all?
100%.
Tell me how.
So that actually creates some hours within a week that
You didn't have before?
Yes, I've gotten back a few hours a week.
Okay, so how are you using it? What's your most efficient use of it right now?
So listing descriptions.
Sure. Yeah.
100%. I will tell you that when you text someone, the tone might not be proper in a text, but in an email, I can basically tell it what I'm trying to portray. If it's soft or hard or like a sweet Jojo. So
Yeah.
I will compose emails and copy and paste it into ChatGPT and say, okay, rewrite this a little smoother, softer.
Yeah, I feel like the brain damage that we get with creative writing, that has literally come to a halt.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I haven't had to sit there and think, how do I word this, right? I mean, I might have to manipulate what the
Right.
AI program comes up with a little bit. I mean, definitely have to double check it. But that I'm just not a creative person, right? Naturally. It comes very unnaturally to me. And so, yeah, trying to write the right letter, right email, that's
and come
all done.
across in this business especially, but in any business, you want to keep a professionalism, but with a friendly, approachable, tone. Especially, I mean, like I said, everything. It's how the delivery.
I know, but I've literally put emails off because I'm like, I can't construct it today.
Yeah.
I've put birthday cards with AI that I will handwrite, but I want to put my thoughts down and it just creates exactly what I need it to say. And I put in a
that's a good
birthday
one.
card.
Because I'll do I don't just say write an email. I'll create the email.
Yeah.
So it is my, Jodi-isms in it.
Sure.
And then I'll say, please polish.
Well, Jason Esparza can teach you how to clone yourself so everything comes out just like you. By the way, I'm going to figure out how to clone myself for pictures and headshots and all of that kind of stuff. Like he's got a program or whatever that he's written all the prompts and done all it. So anyway, I'm on a wait list. I texted him, I'm on a wait list. But anyway.
you beat the top? Someone putting you on a wait list? Come on.
I mean, I was like to that. But anyway, so we're all adopting ways to use it more and more and more and more. I mean, he was like, you never have to get headshots again. Isn't that interesting? And I was sitting with him and Amber, and he created a clone of Amber and showed me. He was just sitting there dinging on his phone for a couple of minutes, and then bam, she had this beautiful picture where she's walking down the street, and I mean, it looked just like her. I mean, it was amazing. So anyway, we're gonna try to roll some of that out.
Okay.
You just wait. I'm working on stuff for
Okay.
y'all. But
I
anyway,
like it.
We like
very
it.
cool. Yeah,
I
very
like
very
it.
cool. I mean, imagine not having to get headshots again.
Yeah.
Like they're never
take away
perfect.
our
I was like,
wrinkles.
I was like
Yes.
begging Kurt to
Okay,
make my
wait a
arms
minute.
look
Y'all still
thinner.
have to look like yourself.
Well, we do that.
We
though.
do.
We will say that. Don't make
We just
don't be that.
got new photos.
Yeah.
We're not those agents.
No.
yeah, no, and those are really great.
Yeah, because if you show up and they're like, "Wow, she ate a few cheeseburgers," is that the last picture? You know, you don't want to be that one. Or,
Yeah.
oh my God, is that you?
Yeah.
And you walk. We're all in the business. We know.
Oh,
We
yeah.
know who are those
Yeah.
photoshopped agents.
Oh, wait a minute. I used to tell this story, and I will tell this story. So when I very first started in the business, you used to have at Ebby, because I plugged into, obviously Arch was connected to Ebby very closely. And
Yeah.
so that was my home base with brokerages. And so I would go into the offices, and you guys always had the walls where you had the slots for your mail, right? And then you had a wall that would hold all the business cards. And I used to take them because I didn't know who was who.
Yeah.
And so as I got to know people, I could put the face with the business card and that's how I kept up with people, right? But girl, let me tell you, I met some people and I was like, that is.
We know
what
one
you
in
look
our
like.
brokerage. Oh, we can't do the tell-all, can we?
This is
We
a
better
tell-all
down on the way
episode.
out, kids. But anyway, I'm at least AI still looks like you, right? That's kind of my point with all of that. Whereas when you start to get the photos edited, then in the filters and then I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Well, so AI does scare me though. I'm going to be honest with you because there's a lot of TikToks and Instagrams and stuff going on in social media right now that my kids have come to me and said, Mama, that's not true. That's AI. And I'm like, is it? How did that person just come up with a song like that? They're not really sitting there. I was like, oh. So kids do know AI versus reality.
I agree
don't.
with you. No, I'm starting to I question that a lot when I see the ads come across, which is really annoying, by the way. I'd really just like to see the stuff from my friends on Facebook.
Yes,
right.
I know.
Kind of sick of the ads.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm starting to, it's a question. I'm like, that doesn't look, something's off there. And then it's making you wonder, not just the photos, but content and things like okay, how much of what you're seeing is real?
Correct.
You know what I mean? I'm not down with all this fake stuff. I'm getting confused.
Well, Frisco ISD this year actually took away their, I don't know what kind of laptops they use in ISD, the Chromebooks.
Yes.
The Chromebooks. And they have a block on AI now because the kids aren't allowed to use it. But they say go home, the teachers, and use it there and then doesn't make sense.
Well, Fidelity's got the same firewalls on the stuff. I mean,
Yep.
we have compliance stuff that we have to be very careful with
Right.
identity and all the private information that we store.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but I'm a sales rep. I don't have anybody's personal. Let me have
We don't
the
carry
AI.
that around.
Okay, so I'm going to pivot. Unless there was some other use that you wanted to unveil that you're
No,
using
personal
it.
and business.
Yeah, yes. I really want it to be able. So my wish list item is, and I've been told that it can do this, and I just don't know how yet. So I want to be driving down the tollway going 90 miles an hour, not take my eyes off the road and say, hey, Megan, or whatever my AI is called. I don't know. I just came up with Megan. But anyway, call Stacey Feltman. And it calls Stacey Feltman. We have a conversation. I hang up. It transcribes our calls, omits any inappropriateness.
Because there would be a lot.
A lot of omitting going on that one.
And saves it and completes a task in my CRM. That's what with the notes. And sends me a task if I'm supposed to do something after our call. That's what I need it to do. I need it to help me make more use of my drive time.
Yes.
Yep.
That would be just
Get
huge.
yourself a mark.
I need a mark.
You need a mark.
Oh, no, I don't want all the stuff that comes with a mark. I just want some efficiency in my AI or in my CRM. Okay, so kind of pivoting, let's talk about burnout for just a second, because when we've been in the business as long as we have, burnout is real. And my burnout typically starts to hit if I haven't taken a vacation. I mean, I need to be taking a vacation by June, at least something, by then, because I've already been working and pounding the pavement, grinding for 5 or 6 months. And so anyway, how do you guys, when do you kind of hit the wall in the calendar year, or do you have that kind of wall? I mean, You take care of yourself a lot.
I do. I take care of myself. I do.
Take time off.
I take time off with family, with friends. I take off now. I take a walk every single morning with my dog, since I only have one dog left.
I'm
I
so
know.
sorry.
So I chose to do that. So that relieves my stress. And then I do go to the spa.
Oh,
as
you're
often
speaking
as
my
I
language.
can.
Yeah, no, you're speaking my language. What about you, Jojo? Do you feel burnout, or do you take care of yourself enough that you don't really
I really
deal with
do
it?
take care of myself. I think a lot of people I don't let a lot of things bother me. I just roll with it, and I have, like I said, I have great friends, great family. I can have little vent sessions, or just go to bed early, or I just,
It ain't that easy.
It really is.
It
really
is.
is. It
Nuh-uh.
really is. It really is. You ask anybody close to me, they will say that. She's
All right.
just,
Well, we do try to have our morning conversations, me and Jojo, and we kind of get off all that we need to
All the
vent,
icks.
anything personally or business wise, and we just kind of go on with our day. And I do it with another friend too. So
I do it with Grace.
Yeah,
and Betsy.
It's
Those
the
are my
morning
two.
release,
Yeah.
because sometimes you go to bed and you have so much on your mind, or worrying about something, worrying about a client, worrying about a family member. and
Yeah.
I always say to my kids, just get it out of your mouth, and it just creates a release.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, so it's not gossip. It's
No.
stress relief.
It is. It is.
That's
It
what we
is.
say.
She's like, her key question to me is, she'll say, "All right, Jodi," she goes, "what do you got on the docket today?" And
Yeah.
that just kind of opens up. Well, that.
Yeah.
And then let me tell you about
Oh my God.
Blankety blank blank.
Yeah, blank, beep, beep. So yeah, I don't really get. And then if I do, you know what? I go to Choctaw.
I go to Choctaw. That's the answer.
We get free
Okay.
rooms, and so we just go down and we
Stacey's
go on.
got cruises and Jody's got
Yep,
Choctaw.
and we go on a Tuesday because it's senior day. I'm not a senior citizen, by the way. But so we get free rooms, and we get. But
You get free rooms on Senior
on
Citizen
Mark.
Day if you're...
No, Mark gets free rooms.
Mark... Oh, I'm sorry. We have to clarify. It's
And
Mark that gets the free room.
Yes, Mark gets the free rooms,
Okay.
not Jodi. They don't give them to me.
Okay.
So, but that's very rarity,
Yeah.
because I can't leave. I'm either watching
can't
Twins,
leave.
or I'm showing somebody a house, or I'm going to Waco to take Brody some more food. I don't know.
All right.
Running the roads.
Okay. Well, look, you just both identified how you relieve stress, right? And how you deal
So we
with
might
burnout.
be getting burned out, but we don't let it get to that point.
You don't let it get to that point anymore.
Yeah.
We just don't
Okay.
know it yet.
Exactly.
All right. Before we end the conversation today, last question. How do you define success beyond closing sales numbers and awards? Because you get a lot of awards.
I do. They meant a lot to me in the beginning, and I'm not taking away from what they mean to me now. But my success beyond the awards are my clients just referring me to someone
That's
else.
always a big one. Yeah, I love that.
It is. And I mean, Jodi and I both, I've been at birthday parties of clients, or, they call
Weddings.
me in weddings you've been invited to, or to come out for a meal, or, hey, I haven't seen you. I miss you in my life, because you're so enthralled in their lives when
Yeah.
you're doing the
Oh, for sure.
transaction that, hey, let's get a coffee. And they're coming to us for that interaction. That to me is success.
Okay. What about you? You got the same?
Well, it's basically the same thing, because I build my business on relationships. That is one thing if you read my testimonials, I am not transactional. It's very much building a relationship, and that's how.
Well,
I
if your
built my
clients
business.
call you Sweet Jojo, I'm pretty sure that's...
Yeah, they do. And, and I actually had a client call me, and he asked me a leasing question, and he wanted
Okay.
to pay me. And I said, "You're not paying me. It's a question."
Sure.
And he goes, "Well, why don't we go get a coffee?" And then he starts talking about his wife as well. Was a group, and we were all going to go. Stacey too. He asked me if I knew this cafe that I have to try it, because he knows I love coffee. Blah blah blah. So I'm like, you build those reports. So that to me is success. Or where your kids say, "My mom does this and she's so great at it," or they'll make little comments, and it's like
They're proud of us.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's also another significant sign of both of your successes, that your children are growing up happy, healthy, and making their own way in the world, right? I think that's huge for you guys.
Yes.
Too. That's a testament of how great you were as parents to them.
Thank you. I'm very proud of my children. And I wish I could share the video. I have a video of Austin. Like I said, the girls spend some time with me, and we have their desk in my office. And she is typing away.
Which is she the sassy one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was, yeah.
Can I say just a little
Of course you can.
She's typing away, and she goes, "What the hell is going on with my computer?" And I'm like, "What did you just say?"
I said that this morning.
And I said, "Shouldn't we be going showing houses?" And she goes, "Yes, I have to print the house picture first."
Wait a minute. Tell them how old she is.
She is 3.
Yeah, 3.
And she's
I
lovely.
hope that is a clip.
She's lovely. She's like, but she knew she had to print the MLS sheet out because we were going to go show a house.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
not really, I wasn't taking her.
Are you going to get, you need to get a little Ebby name badge is what you need to do.
I want to put her in a little suit and make a little video with
Yes,
her. 'Cause
you,
she would
yes,
do
you
it.
should. Yes, you should.
But that's my success as well.
Of course. All right, ladies. I love y'all.
Well, we love
love
you.
you.
Thanks for being on the show today.
Boat time
Thank you
soon.
for
Well,
having
we got to
us.
do it because it's going to get cold. Oh, I
know.
actually got emotionally twisted about that the other day, so I can't talk about winter. I'm
Yeah, I need my sun, my vitamin D.
Girl, I can't. Like the older I get with winter, it's like twisting me. It gives me anxiety.
Well, some people have
approach winter.
seasonal depression.
Absolutely.
You know, and
That's the
so
thing.
we need to plan a vacation.
I want to figure out how to leave January, like 4 to 6 weeks, January and February.
That would be nice.
Like go somewhere where it's sunny and work remotely.
That would be lovely.
That's my dream. Anyway, that's another podcast. All right, ladies, thank you so much again for being my guest on the show.
Sure, thanks for
That
having
is a wrap on episode 102. Again, I'm your host, Tamera Gaede, with The Closing Table with Lawyers Title. If you like my content, you're really going to love my escrow team. So give me an opportunity to contact you and make it a great day.